What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be looking at my team. And now today, I feel like is finally a day for the no money spent players. And finally a day that I feel like we've got some budget options that we can look at targeting. Because look, for me, I'm no money spent. I have not spent a dime on this game outside of the Pro Pass. I would consider that no money spent. Bought the game. Expensive version, yes, and then bought the Pro Pass. But I feel like today we saw some really solid budget-ish options that I think are going to be relatively cheap that I would advise you guys to just look at and see if they make your squad. Now, before today's drop, here's the problem. Before today's drop, I feel like the budget cards weren't budget anymore. Sharif he's 50,000 coins. That's not budget anymore. That's extremely expensive. Yes, I love Sharif. I think Sharif's an absolute beast in this game. I don't know why people are even selling him because I'm not selling my Sharif. But that's the problem. All of these budget cards got too expensive. So now I feel like is a day where if you are like myself and you want some budget options, I'd specifically target some of these guys. Austin Rivers. Guy number one, I would target. Guy number two, boom. You got Austin Rivers, you got Ray Allen. Those are the two guys today that I think are worth targeting. Now, Zach Randolph, TJ Warren. I do not love those cards. I do not think those cards are going to be very great. But if you look at this shooting guard filter for rubies, these are the guys, budget-wise, that are worth looking at. Both these cards are extremely good for their specific positions, and both guys are going to be affordable for you guys. You could probably, get both of these. I don't know exactly what Austin Rivers is going for. I don't want to snipe him if it's not a snipe. But you can get Austin Rivers for 25,000 coins. Perfect. You can get Ray Allen for 25,000 coins. Perfect. Definitely, guys. Two budget options that I am super high on. And you can spend 50,000 coins and have your point guard and small forward position shirt up. Absolutely, they are going to do their job at those specific positions. So those are, in my opinion, two guys that I'm super high on that definitely you should pick up. And it's not just those two guys. Within this BBQ Bucket set, there's also some maybe Amethyst that you could target as well. I don't mind Eric Money. He's not necessarily great. But Al Harrington, I don't think he's going to end up being super expensive. And he's an absolute beast in this game. You want me to talk about some of the sapphires? I absolutely will. Harrison Barnes is a card I really like. Purvis Ellison is a card I really like. Because I know a lot of you guys might not have the 25,000 coins for a ruby. Well, guess what? That's okay. Purvis Ellison is a beast at that power forward position and definitely a card that you guys can pick up for your specific squad for super cheap and run and have a lot of success with. Right now, he's like 5,000 coins. And trust me when I tell you guys, this card is extremely good. I know his 3-ball might not be that high, but it's high enough you can green with it, number one. And number two, the rest of the card is extremely good. So, again, if you could get Purvis Ellison for, I don't know what a definite price is, but like 3,500 seems like a buy. I know his 3-ball is not super high, but look at the defense. 85 block, 83 perimeter, 86 interior, great rebounder, 83 speed, great badge-wise. That's what I'm looking at when I see Purvis Ellison is an absolute stud in this set. And Harrison Barnes is another guy. I'm not maybe as high on Harrison Barnes, but if you are in need of a good small forward for cheap, he is a card I don't mind. He can shoot the ball, he can play a little bit of defense, and for 5,000 coins is really solid. And these are the types of things that we have been missing in the game. I feel like that's something that's kind of really upset me, is the fact that there's been no budget options whatsoever within this game over the past couple of weeks. And it finally seems like we've at least gotten a little bit better with it with Purvis Ellison, with HB Harrison Barnes. So hopefully this is a trend that continues in 2K, because I know a lot of people who do need just some spots to be filled on their squad. For example, this Purvis Ellison, I'll be the one to say it, if he is badged up, he is better than my backup power forward right now. He's better than LeBron James. I'll say it. If nobody else wants to, I'll say it. He's better than this LeBron James. Defensively, it's not even close. He is way better than him. And so the fact of the matter is, when you can get sapphires that are as good as Ellison, as good as HB for these prices, and they can just be placeholders for, the entire season, that is super valuable and super important. So that for me is number one, why I am super excited. And number two, if you combine HB, Purvis Ellison with Austin Rivers and Ray Allen, you can have a squad for 60,000, a darn near starting lineup for 60,000 coins. That is super good. And that's where I get excited, is it's not like, oh, well, you just got these rubies. Oh, you just got these sapphires. You've got two specific tiers of cards cards for their specific prices that you can pick up all of them and start building a budget squad. That's music to my ears. We can finally start to look at maybe what could be a budget squad in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, and that is what I am excited about. That's what I'm thrilled about. So today, I would just pick up the cards that do work for you guys. Like for me, Purvis Ellison is a card that, honestly, I'm not gonna necessarily invest in Purvis Ellison a ton, but he is a card that I'd be surprised if a week from now is 3,500 coins. Genuinely, like, I don't think he is that common enough to be that price. And maybe I'll be wrong. You guys can let me know if I end up being wrong on this Purvis Ellison, but I think he is extremely good for that specific price. And so if I'm you guys and I see one for like 3,500, like I don't think too hard about it, guys. I buy it because I do think he is one of the best budget power forwards in the game. Same thing with Harrison Barnes, guys. I think his price is going to remain pretty steady because he's fine at that small forward position and definitely a guy that you can pick up that is going to be able to at least compete for you. Now, as far as Austin Rivers is concerned, as far as Ray Allen are concerned, that's where it gets a little bit tougher. I do like both those cards, especially Austin Rivers, but they are a little bit more pricey, a little bit more expensive, and so that's where I do get a little bit hesitant. Now, it is important to note, Jarrett Jack isn't super expensive either. I'm not a huge Jarrett Jack stan, but he is not super expensive as well. And so even when you're looking at some of these Amis, Eric Money and Jarrett Jack, they're not expensive whatsoever. And again, I'm not super high on either of these cards, but you've got Amethyst now in this BBQ Bucket sets that aren't horrible for 15,000 coins in Jarrett Jack, who I don't think is horrible. Do I love Jarrett Jack? No. Am I, going to invest in Jarrett Jack? No. But I don't think he's horrible. I definitely think he's a card that you can pick up at 6'3", that can shoot the ball, play decent enough defense, badge-wise is good enough. For 14,000 coins, sign me up. That's where I'm at with this content drop. I'm actually a pretty big fan of it in general. From Amis to Rubies to Sapphires, no matter what tier you guys need, is a great opportunity for you guys to start building your budget squad. So can maybe work some snipe filters today because there probably are going to be some cards that are put up for cheaper than they should be. Definitely could be worth your time to spend just a little bit on these snipe filters, seeing if you can't indeed snipe into these cards. Should I start my no money spent squad series? I don't know if I need to, but I might on this account have like a no money spent team that I go in there and win with, maybe something like that instead of just a no money spent squad series. Because look, you can get MT in whatever way you want, but when you look at some of these BBQ Buckets players for as cheap as they are, sign me up. I don't love TJ Warren, I don't love Zach Randolph, but when you're looking at these shooting guards at this Ruby tier, sign me up. When you're looking at Harrison Barnes, Purvis Ellison for their prices, sign me up. That's gonna wrap it up for our video. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.